So can you maybe highlight how you use it and maybe the pieces that you don't use as well?
So I mostly use it for code completion, which is what we get automatically just by coding. I use it for code generation, and I also use it for debugging and optimizing code. So I don't use the composer, but this bug finder is a new thing that they added. And this is like a characteristic of using these types of tools, is that every week they push new updates, but at least for now, I just stay on those 4 tests: code completion, generation, debugging, and optimizing code.
Is there an example you can take us through where you're trying to do something and how you interface with Cursor and chat with it?
Here I typed add and design to provide and design. I can type add and provide the file that we are seeing here, the staffing vote file that I have open. You can also click the plus button here and do the same. Let's say you have a file that you know works and you want to use it as reference. You can also type add and find the file or provide a folder. So that's usually how I start. I start providing the context that I want, and then I just say, hey, let's replace the descriptions. And I have selected here Claude, so it will use Claude. And it will start showing me just the diff, the changes that it will apply. And here I can already see what it is doing. I know that we have the descriptions here inside of this component. It looks like it is doing what I need. So what I can do, I can hit apply here. And after hitting apply, it's still not actually applied to the code. It shows here what it is removing, what it is replacing it with. And I can still come here and say, hey, you forgot to remove the descriptions. You're not using it anymore. So if I now come here and delete this, it will be part of the difference that will get applied. So let's say I like this. I can hit Control and Enter, and then that's done. I have the console here. And I know that we got no errors, but let's say that variable was here and we got an error after applying that. We will get the error down here, and I can provide the chat with this error by clicking this button, Add to Chat. And if I do that and say, hey, we got this error, it will say, oh, all right, I forgot. I need to remove this library here, and then I can just hit apply and it will say, hey, I'm removing it. I can do Control Enter. So, and now I see my terminal has no errors. And now I would go where I'm rendering this to the screen and see if everything looks fine there. And if it doesn't, one thing that I can do is I can take a screenshot and paste it here, because it also accepts images as context or input.
Is there a different type of use case that you have prepared that we could maybe go through?
With Cursor, we don't have to ever leave this screen here. So let's say I'm working on a GitHub Actions script and that I know nothing or very little about. If I need to do something, you can start just asking for things inside of your code. So let's say I comment here that I want to add cache for Mongo binaries, for instance. And if I just start hitting tab here, you'll notice that implemented it for me. A bunch of code that I might not know anything about just because of my description here. And that it does that in a very natural way where I just keep hitting tab and it starts completing everything. It is also really good at picking up what needs to be done from the context.
Now, when it came to the actual coding of the solution, is that something that you had to do, or is that something that it also helped with?
So if you provide one file for it, it will show you how to do it. But in the end, you still have to open those files and do it. Or you still need to create a script that does it. So it can aid you in that. It can aid you in creating that script or show you in one file how to do it. But in the end, you still have to go through each of the files and do it. It's missing true agency. It helps you with that first solution that you can then replicate and then come back and test it. And that's the state that we are in with Cursor, for instance. we prompt it, we get the solution implemented, and then check with it.